Let's take a look outside at Fort Worth. It's 93 degrees right now. We got an east wind, but for the most part, just a lot of sunshine today. We are expecting some very nice weather through the course of the weekend. In fact, if you wanted to head out to Grapevine, it's looking pretty good out there with temperatures pretty much hanging into the 90s. We'll be into the 80s by the evening hours. It will be pleasant if you're headed to the Grape Fest this evening for the whole weekend. In fact, it looks pretty good out there. We're going to have temperatures in a little warmer really over the weekend, but only by a few degrees. Hey, we had a lot of sunshine today. That is something to enjoy, right? But one thing that does happen when you don't have a lot of wind is tailpipe emissions interact with the sunshine and produce a lot of ozone, which builds up through the course of the day. And before you know it, you have high ozone counts. So if you have asthma or any kind of lung issues during the afternoon, you probably want to be indoors. I think we're going to have that maybe for a couple of days, in fact, where we're going to have to be dealing with some of this ozone problem. But anyway, here is your 3-day forecast. Tomorrow, 95 degrees. It might end up being the warmest day we will have over the next 7. We'll be 93 on Saturday with some cloud cover and a tiny rain chance. And then on Sunday for the Cowboys home opener, 94 degrees out there. So it will be a warm afternoon. Big picture, high pressure sitting over us all the way really across the weekend. Now, here's the one caveat that I'm mentioning about Saturday, because notice how the high starts moving off to the east. You see what's happening here? This is a little upper air disturbance that moves over. Now, southeast wind's going to pick up the humidity. This might be enough to trigger a little bit of shower activity Saturday afternoon. Right now, I put it at a 10% chance. Let me show you on Futurecast what I'm talking about. It would be widespread, but it wouldn't be a lot. So we will watch this, and again, we're talking about this 10% chance, mostly just cloud cover on Saturday, and that's all you really have to deal with for the weekend. Otherwise, it is just going to be warm out there. Rain chances, by the way, on Saturday at 10% is about it for the 7-day ahead. You can see that we get into the following weekend, a little bit of a weather pattern shift might bring us some cooler temperatures and some rain. Until then, enjoy the late summer weather. We'll be into the 90s across the board next week with very little in cloud cover, much less rain, but these overnight lows up in the 70s, and that's a lot to do with the fact that a lot of moisture is coming at those dew points, make it feel a little bit warmer than that across the afternoon. That's a look at your weather.